Hi there. In this video, we will discuss the summary of the 46th chapter of Noli Me Tangere by Dr. Jose Rizal, titled The Cockpit. We will also study the important events, characters, settings, and lessons found in this chapter. Listen and watch carefully, as you will learn a lot from this historical work by Rizal. Let's begin. In the town of San Diego, like other towns under Spanish rule, there was a cockfighting arena. The arena was divided into 3 parts: the entrance, where a collector charged everyone who entered, the betting area, where wagers were placed and paid, and the ring, where the cockfights took place. On that day, some of the attendees at the cockfight were Captain Tiago, Captain Basilio, and Lucas. Captain Tiago's attendant brought a large white rooster, while Captain Basilio had a speckled rooster. After exchanging greetings, the two agreed to bet 300 pesos. Their bet became the talk of the arena, and soon other cockfighters joined in. The red rooster was at a disadvantage, while the white rooster was favored. Meanwhile, the brothers Tarsilo and Bruno, who had no money to bet, approached Lucas to borrow some. However, Lucas had a condition. They had to join an attack on the barracks and recruit more members to increase their reward. According to Lucas, he couldn't touch the money Ibarra had set aside for the operation, so he would only lend it if they agreed to the deal. At first, the brothers refused because they knew Ibarra and his connection to the Captain General. But when they saw Lucas give money to Pedro, they couldn't resist and agreed to Lucas's offer. Lucas told them that the weapons would arrive the next day, and they would receive their orders at 8 in the evening 2 days later. After the agreement, the cockfight continued, and the people became engrossed in their betting. Now, let's move on to the important events in this chapter. Captain Tiago, Captain Basilio, and Lucas attended the cockfight in San Diego. Captain Tiago and Captain Basilio bet 300 pesos on their roosters. Tarsilo and Bruno approached Lucas to borrow money for gambling. Lucas offered the brothers money in exchange for joining an attack on the barracks. Tarsilo and Bruno agreed to Lucas's offer after seeing Pedro receive money. Important characters. Captain Tiago, a wealthy man in San Diego who attended the cockfight and brought a white rooster for the match. Captain Basilio, another wealthy man in town who joined Captain Tiago at the cockfight, bringing a speckled rooster. Lucas, the man conspiring to recruit members for a planned attack on the barracks. He offered money to the brothers Tarsilo and Bruno in exchange for their participation. Tarsilo and Bruno, brothers who had no money but wanted to bet at the cockfight. In the end, they agreed to join Lucas's plan in exchange for gambling money. Pedro, a man at the cockfight who received money from Lucas, which convinced Tarsilo and Bruno to accept Lucas's offer. Let us now proceed to the setting of this chapter. The setting of the story was the cockfighting arena in San Diego, a place where cockfights and betting took place. The arena was an important part of the culture in San Diego, where people from different walks of life, from the poor to the wealthy, gathered. Here are some of the lessons, messages, or implications shown in this chapter. The eagerness of people at the cockfight, especially those like Tarsilo and Bruno, shows how gambling can lead to ruin and poor decisions, such as entering into a dangerous agreement with Lucas. Lucas's condition for the loan shows manipulation and exploitation of others' weaknesses. It demonstrates how those in power or with selfish motives can use the desperation of others to achieve their plans. The cockfight serves as a symbol of a society that highlights the disparity in people's status, from the wealthy who can place large bets to the poor who borrow money just to gamble. It shows the inequality in society. Tarsilo and Bruno's knowledge of Ibarra's connection to the Captain General shows fear and respect for authority, but it also reveals the weakness of morality when driven by self-interest, such as their agreement to Lucas's plan. The cockfight as a setting reflects the culture of gambling in society, which, while providing excitement and thrill, can also lead to moral and personal ruin, especially when used for schemes with bad intentions. And that concludes the 46th chapter of Noli Me Tangere, titled The Cockpit. What have you learned from this chapter? Share your answers in the comments. We also encourage you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.